Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Om. We have come down to the 9th class. Today we are going to talk about orienting oneself for yoga. A lot of people have been asking me, not here, but I mean everywhere. This is one complaint, that we have been meditating for so long and as it were, nothing is happening. Why? Yeah, initially we have this problem of not having adequate data about what we need to do. And so we can't seem to orient ourselves correctly. Orientation is the key to all these other practices that we have done so far. In fact, it is the last, as they say, piece in the jigsaw puzzle. It's very important. Then you get the whole thing complete. We will give you the whole sequence of the steps that we have done so far from class 1 to class 9, 8 of course. And we will also invite questions towards the end if there are. So you can just type in your questions. Sri Ramakrishna gives us the example of the group of drunken people. They get into a boat and they start rowing in the middle of the night without weighing anchor, that is without hauling the anchor. And in the morning, they find themselves in exactly the same spot they were in. They rowed the whole night and they never got anywhere. We should be careful not to be like that. We should weigh the anchor, lift the anchor. Number one. Secondly, you must have a clear conception of what you are. You know, in India we say, he or she, that person has given up the body. And in other cultures, you will have that person has given up his spirit or given up the ghost. It remarkably shows how culturally we are, you can say, centered where. In India, you are centered on, you are the spirit, you have given up the body. And in other cultures, you are the body, you have given up the spirit. Number one. Second is, now when you look at yourself, how do you see yourself? I'm not talking about seeing yourself in the mirror. We have our own self-images. The Kathopanishad gives us a beautiful illustration. The body is a chariot. The senses are the horses. The mind is the reins. And the reins are in the hands of the charioteer, which is the intellect. I think you've got this whole illustration. We have in the olden days we had these chariots. So they used that chariot. The body is the chariot. You are not the body. The body is just a vehicle, a chariot. And to pull that vehicle, there are the senses. And the senses are pulling this body. And we have the mind as the reins. The reins which are tied to the horses and which are in the hands of the intellect. So you have the intellect, you have the mind, you have the senses, and you have the body. It's like you are sitting down in a car. You are not the car. But people suddenly say, I am the body. It's like saying, I'm the car. The body is the car, and the senses are the wheels, and the mind is, as I say, the combustion engine, and the steering wheel is held by the intellect. The driver is separate from the vehicle. It is this intellect through which one meditates. It's as simple as that. If you say the car meditates, no, the car doesn't meditate. The wheels don't meditate. The combustion engine, the suspension, the transmission does not meditate. The guy who has the steering wheel is called the intellect, the buddhi. That meditates. That drives the car. If it wants to turn on the left, it turns on the left. It wants to turn on the right, it will right. It will increase speed, decrease speed. This is, so we must have a clear conception of ourselves while we meditate. It's not only while we meditate, but also it has to be all the time. So you are separate from these components. You run the components. In meditation, one meditates through the buddhi, the intellect. And now you find all these steps that we were speaking about are now falling into place. If we are centered on the body and practicing meditation or yoga, what happens is you will naturally ask, what are the benefits, what are the physical benefits? It is body health yoga. It is inevitable. It will be like that. But when you are centered on the intellect, what happens is your body, your senses, your life force, your mind is under your control. This is it. So where is the intellect? Yes. That is the problem. Where is the intellect? Where? We'll do a few exercises for us to show where exactly you are stationed. Okay? Please close your eyes. Now feel your body. Do you feel yourself separate from the body? Or do you feel I am the body? You always feel you are an entity separate from the body. Now become aware of your breath, please. Do you feel I am breathing or I am breath? It's always I am breathing. I have a body. Now watch the screen of your mind, please. That screen is a surface of the mind, as it were. Do you feel yourself as separate from the screen, or you are the screen? No, there is a kind of a separation between the screen, the mind, and you. Now, where exactly are you? Where exactly are you stationed? Can you see thoughts rising and falling in your mind? You are not the thoughts. You are an observer of the thoughts. Now slowly open your eyes, please. It is this entity, it is that observer, that buddhi, that meditates. And all the books on yoga, the authentic books on yoga, try to unravel this entity. Now there are some who will say, where is the soul? The Kathopanishad says, the soul is the passenger here. The driver is separate and the passenger is separate. The individual soul is through foolishness identified it with the whole component parts. It is actually completely separate even from the intellect. The light of the intellect is borrowed light. It's like the light of the moon is intrinsic light. It's borrowed from the sun. So the light of the intellect and its activities and its very, you can say, identity is based on reflected light of that individual soul. Okay. Now, if this is clear, then we can slowly understand how to sit down and meditate, etc. Because now you are disentangling yourself from everything else. We will, as promised, we will go through some of the earlier sequences we had spoken about now in a few minutes. I would like you to watch the screen and we'll see the steps that are enumerated there. We will go step by step by step by step. Okay. The first step is in the sequence is posture, your prayer. It's prayer. When you pray to God, and if you don't believe in a God, it doesn't matter. Pray for the welfare of all beings. Because this prayer, when directed to the other's welfare, becomes very powerful. It makes you unselfish. It makes your heart expand. It makes your heart calm. There are people out there who are even suffering more than I am. So this is the first prayer. The next is resolve, sankalpa, as they say. I will realize the truth. I will see the light. I will control my mind. any one of this resolve, do it. The third is posture. As we have mentioned before, posture should be firm and steady and pleasant. Why is that? Because the forces in our bodies become harmonious when we are steady and we don't move about. When the posture is steady, the vital forces also become steady. And as I've said, just behind the spinal cord are these psychic centers within you, your psychic self. They, as it were, ooze that spinal energy, the psychic energy, through the psychic realm down to you, to the spinal cord. So that's the reason why posture is firm and pleasant. Those who are sitting down on a chair, etc., please do it. Don't lean back against anything. Don't take any support or anything. Sit down just still and straight. The fourth is developing willpower. And as we have seen, how does one develop willpower? I have spoken about it as when you breathe in a measured way, the lungs have an effect on the heart, and the heart, the circulation, has an effect on the brain. The brain, which is sluggish now, has got oxygenated, you can say, blood and nutrients rushing to it, and the brain affects thoughts. So respiration, from respiration, circulation, from circulation, it comes down to all the nervous, you can say, the nerve movements, and the nerve movements, thoughts again affect the body. So a loop is created. So it starts with breathing. That's the primary, you can say, motor. There are others who only through a thought can bring all the forces, the prana forces, in line. And we had shown how to breathe. It's deep, it's core breathing. We pull our navel in and push it out. That's the way we breathe to develop willpower. Pull your stomach in and push it out.
Inhale, it goes in or out?
You pull your stomach in and push it out. You don't need to think about all these parts at all. That pulling in and pushing out will pull in the, you can say, the air in and push it out. You don't have to worry about whether my nose, I'm breathing here right or no, nothing. Just concentrate here, down in the navel. So you push your navel out, pull it in, pull it out, push it out. This makes all those deep, you can say, forces, vital forces, align themselves in the body, in the meridians. Another method is also, as I had shown you, it's like this. Place these two fingers here on this right nostril, place this one thumb on the, place these two fingers on the left nostril, my left here, and the thumb on the right nostril. Okay. Now keep these two fingers up like this, keep it here, and breathe in long deep breath. Close it and release it from the other side. Now breathe through that same right nostril of yours again. Shut it and release it. This is 1. So do 5. Slowly, slowly. This is called the purification of the nerves. As the pranas runs through these meridians of yours, you will be able to hear the pranas as a sound. You know that the forces in your body are running properly. The 5th one is stopping mental chatter. Now in stopping mental chatter, I had given 3 upayas, as I say, methods. One is breathe deeply by expanding and contracting the chest. Close your eyes, please. Now feel that breath as you breathe in your throat, please. Now feel it in your nose. This is one method. The second method is take a mantra. We had shown, take any mantra. We had shown for this purpose is take Om Namah Shivaya. Close your eyes, please, and chant Om Namah Shivaya. Now you can harmonize this mantra with your breath. Om Namah Shivaya. This is the second method. Use a breathing along with the mantra. The third is close your eyes, please. Watch the screen of your mind and now push it as far as you can. The screen of the mind is distant from you and appears small. You are larger than the screen, than your mind. This can also stop mental chatter. This is meant for those with very strong willpower. Then we had spoken about repeating the mantra. In the power of mantras, we had 2 sections, power of mantra. Repeat the mantra. When repeating the mantra, it has to be audible to you inside. Like we have Om Namah Shivaya. You must be able to hear this clearly in your mind when you do it inaudibly. For those who can do it, move your lips, do it semi-audibly. Like Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Then do it silently but with your lips moving. Now stop the movement of the lips, just do it mentally. And as you keep on doing the repetition, deepen it. You feel it coming out from here initially, and then you will feel that the sound emerges from your throat, and gradually you'll feel it is emerging from deep within you. And as it emerges deep within you, the speed of the mantra becomes faster and faster and faster. there is less effort in repetition, and you can do it for a long time without any fatigue. And then you'll find it going deeper and deeper. It's coming down from your very core. The eighth is awareness. I have spoken about your awareness is like a flashlight. Close your eyes, please. Just kind of a small exercise, a repeat of that old exercise. Close your eyes, please. Become aware of your right palm. You can visualize it, just your right palm, and feel the throbbing there, the feeling that it is pulsating. Now switch over to the left palm, drop the right palm. Feel your left palm throbbing. Now feel the throbbing in your chest. Don't visualize anything now. Now feel your whole body throbbing. Open your eyes, please. What you have been doing is directing your awareness to different parts of the body. You are doing it. You are handling that flashlight. Remember, it's that buddhi, the intellect, that's holding the flashlight and turning it the way wherever it wants to. Now for focus and flow. Close your eyes, please, once again. Feel your breath in the nostrils, please. Relax all your facial muscles. Keep a half smile on your face. Now watch the space outside your chin. Both the eyes should become still. They are, as it were, gazing down at that point just outside your chin. Now move that abstract point down just outside your chest, please. Now gaze at that point outside your chest. The eyes become still. That's a sign of focus. Now in that point, visualize a flame of a candle. Watch it intently. Now the last section, the flow. Watch another flame within the first flame. Watch a third flame within the second flame. Watch a fourth flame within the third flame. And on till you become absorbed in it. you're focused and you're absorbed. And do it properly, your mind will get into a kind of flow. It's a semi-flow, a semi-flow. It will feel uplifted. You will be doing things effortlessly. Action in action. This is your zone. Now open your eyes, please. So this is the sequence of this class, starting from class 1. This is the thumbnail version I gave you. For an elaborate discussion on that, please go and visit the classes that were given there, and we will get an idea of this whole sequence, the technical details. Okay. Now, to recap today, again, you have to meditate with your intellect, with the buddhi. That is the king here in this whole composite. Okay. If that is strong, that is firm, that is steady, that is concentrated, meditation is a joy. Every time you sit down to meditate, you will get tremendous joy because you will be getting into that zone, the meditator zone, in 5, 7, 10 minutes. Don't push your limits too hard. Don't sit down for 1 hour if you're feeling a strain. Have meditative sessions in splits, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, take a break of say 2 or 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and again take a 20-minute to 25-minute another session. And if you can practice this for some time, there's nothing like it. You will be a great meditator. We have, while meditating, most of you have thoughts coming, drowsiness coming. We will take in the next Wednesday, next class, obstacles to meditation. All of us feel that we are obstructed, and all obstacles are actually, almost all obstacles are internal. Oh, because of that person I can't meditate. No, it's not like that. It's because these obstacles are here within you and it needs to be pushed out. First, to be understood, what are the obstacles, and once you understand them, they can be pushed out. So next Wednesday, we will take up the obstacles. I would like you to keep on practicing these few steps that we have showed. And if you have any questions now, we can take questions.
If the intellect is only a reflection of the soul, how can we experience the soul through the buddhi?
Oh, when you want to see yourself, what do? Well, you look in the mirror, then you see yourself. You just can't see yourself as it were. You need a reflecting medium, a mirror, or a polished surface, or you can say water or something like that. That's a principle and how it works. Okay. I'm not going to the soul business right now, because after this 10th class, that is obstacles, we will take up 10 more classes on an intermediate meditation course. Okay, there we will kind of discuss this. For beginners, you don't need to have all this kind of big philosophy inside. A meditator needs to simply sit down and practice and practice and practice and practice. It will be more or less on the same pattern as these 8, 9 classes that we have done, but a notch higher. Okay? We'll ratchet it up a slightly higher. So there we will kind of understand what is this consciousness and how it is reflected everywhere. But right now, I would like you to just simply, doggedly practice and practice and practice.
So far, just thank you. Thanks for.
Thank you. And like I said, the next class, I would like you to kind of send in your questions even during the talk, and so we can uh, answer this question with any difficulties, because I will take a general view of the basic obstacles that plague every meditator. So if you have anything specific, you could send in your query. Okay.
So, is it good to? Is it good if deep down I'm always repeating the mantra?
Oh yes. Oh yes. That is, you can say, right now you're repeating it, and it has to become natural, like breathing. That mantra will go down throughout. You see, what happens is our subconscious mind can take up an idea and keep on revolving around it. This is the best way to remove all obstacles and give us a great spiritual outlook on life.
There is a question which is not exactly the topic. Should I ask?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we have separated the parts of ourself, when we are in love, what is it that feels love? The body with the chemical reactions, the mind with the romantic ideas about love, or the soul?
Ah. See, we've always heard about, soul and soulmate. The soul does not have any mates. The soul is pure. It does not need mates. Love is, you can say, just listen to it carefully. The nature, the qualities of this Atman are reflected in the mind and the intellect, okay, as Priya. It's called Asti Bhati Priya. Love is always attached to existence. Love is always attached to something called bliss. You cannot have pure love, just love. Love is always existence and love is always consciousness. There. Okay. But you always love that inner, you can say, being. Will you throw away your love if something happens to the body? Then the love was false. If you love that person deeply for those qualities that the soul reflects in the mind and in the intellect, that is real love. Okay. Bodily love is lust. The mind keeps on changing also. You can say today you love somebody, tomorrow you might love somebody else. It's the intellect that's a more sentinel, more dominant thing in you. So it is through that we actually love everybody.
Do we have to do our mantra while we are sitting for meditation along with breathing?
Yes, if you can do it with breathing, initially do it. But like I said, later on, the speed of the mantra will increase as it becomes deeper and deeper. Then you let go of that mantra joined to the breath. You will know when to come away from that, you can say, loop of the breath. But initially, if you are not kind of concentrated, use your breath along with the mantra. Okay. So we stop here. See you again next Wednesday. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.
7:30
Today, 7:30 will be a gospel reading by Swami Satyamayananda. Tomorrow there is a Bhagavad Gita at 7:30 p.m.